Hi, in this video I'm going to be walking you through how to use Blackboard Collaborate. So first I'm going to go into my course, and then I'm going to look in the course menu and I can see that there's a link called Collaborate. This link may be called Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, Collaborate, any number of things, but what you want to see is this screen right here. So Blackboard Collaborate is going to be used moving forward as a replacement for face-to-face communication between instructors and students. So lectures, class meetings, any kind of face-to-face communication that your instructor wants to have with you is going to be done through Blackboard Collaborate. So as you can see, Blackboard Collaborate is split up into two sections. There is one called Course Room. This can be locked or unlocked by the instructor, but this is essentially an open session that you can go into at any time with other students, your instructor, to collaborate, sit together, talk together, do homework together, things like that. And then down underneath this gray bar, you can see that there is a scheduled session. Any scheduled Collaborate sessions are going to be listed down below. So I can see here that this one is called Lecture 1, and it's actually in progress. And I can see the date and time. So students can join most Collaborate sessions 15 minutes before they begin. So in this instance, I'm going to go ahead and select Lecture 1. Now I can see I have two options to join the lecture. I have a dial-in, so if I need to use my phone for speaking and hearing what everyone else has to say, I can do that using this dial-in, and then once I call in, it'll ask me for this pin here. Or I can also just use my computer, my headset, to join the session. So I'm going to click Join Session. And when you join for the first time, your web browser may ask if it's okay if Collaborate uses your microphone. You want to definitely accept that so that you can speak and other people will hear you. But here it is. So as you can see, I'm the only one in the room, but this is the main screen of Blackboard Collaborate. Here your instructor may share PowerPoint presentations, webcam footage of them speaking. They have the option to open up a whiteboard, and write formulas if it's a math class, things like that. They can also take polls. They can split students into breakout groups, and they can set timers for things like group activities. First thing I want to focus on is up here in the top left corner, we have the session menu. I'm going to click and open that, and then there's some options here for me. First one is I can choose to use my phone for audio. If for whatever reason my headset, my microphone isn't working, I can select that to call into the session. I can choose to report an issue to Blackboard. This third option here, if I click this, it'll actually give me another two options, and these are tutorials. So if you ever need a refresher on how to use Collaborate or private chat, you can view those here. There's also Blackboard Collaborate Help, and you can view the privacy policy. Here is also where you will leave a session at the end of a session. You can close the browser tab or leave using that button right there. Now down at the bottom you can see that you can see your status and settings. You have some kind of funny feedback options you can give here. If you're feeling happy, surprised, you want the teacher to slow down, something makes you upset, you can choose to agree or disagree. It's just kind of a status that you can provide to the instructor or moderator at any time. You can also clear your status if you wish. Over to the right you have Share Audio. If I turn this on, you can see that now it's picking up my speech. This is what you'll use if you need to speak in this session. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Same thing with video. I currently don't have a webcam set up on this computer, but if you did, you could click Share Video, and same thing, turn your video feed on or off. And then depending on the settings your instructor uses in Collaborate, they can have all students muted unless they raise their hand to ask a question or provide a comment or anything. So if the instructor asks if anyone has any questions at certain points in a lecture, you can use this button to raise your hand. And then you can also click it again to lower your hand. So kind of cool. Over in the bottom right hand corner, I'm going to open up the Collaborate panel. Now this is where you will chat. So by default, this is what yours is going to look like. Up here you can search for a specific person in the course to chat with if you'd like, including the instructor. And then there will also be rooms here that you can chat in. If your instructor decides to break you up into groups for group activity, you'll see along with everyone there will be groups or groups that you're a part of that you can choose to go in and chat with privately. But in this instance I'm going to go ahead and click everyone, and this is the main chat room for Collaborate. So whatever you need to say to people, you can do that here. There's also options for emojis, things like that. The second section down here is attendees. This shows you everyone that is in the session currently. Right now it's just me, so I'm the only one. Students will always be considered participants, and then the instructor will be under the moderator section. There's no moderator in here right now, but if an instructor was in here, it would say moderator 1 and then the instructor's name underneath it. Now down in this third section here, share content. If the instructor has shared any files in the session, I'd be able to go in here and access them if they choose to do so. Instructors may also just share things like PowerPoint presentations on the main screen here in the middle, and use that as kind of a virtual projector. And then lastly we have my settings. Here I can choose to set up my camera and microphone again if I need to change settings. I get another option to use my phone for audio, just like we did over in the session menu on the left. I can change the volume of the session. And then under notification settings, I can change the notification settings that I would like to personally have. And the default ones are pretty good, but you can always choose to change those. And that is pretty much it. Those are the basics of Blackboard Collaborate. Remember to exit the session. You can either close the tab up at the top of your screen or open up the session menu and click Leave Session. When you're done with the session, you can rate the audio and video quality, submit, and exit. You'll get that sound letting you know that you've left. You can close the tab safely. And that is how you use Blackboard Collaborate as a student. Thank you.